Hello, and welcome to this video. My name is Ruby, this is Ruby Read, and today we are gonna squash some series. It is time for the Squash That Series Weekend Edition. This is a readathon that Bailey and Kayla have created. I'm gonna link both of their channels down below with the aim to kind of like work on finishing up or making progress on some series that you may have started. So that you can maybe free up some mental space to start some more, or bookshelf space, or whatever space. So this is the weekend edition. It's just a little bingo board. Wait, maybe I'll scoot over. I can put the bingo board over here. The prompts that I'm gonna try to get this weekend are the second book in a series. I'm gonna read The Dragon Republic, which is the second book in the Poppy War series, which I started that in my magical readathon vlog. And then I'm also going to read the sequel on my TBR, The Longest, or something. I don't remember the phrasing of that, but I don't know if I'm really going with the spirit of that prompt, but it is literally true. There is only one sequel actually on my TBR shelf on Goodreads, which is what I consider my TBR to be. It has been on there for a long time, but it's the only sequel on there because I don't generally add sequels to my TBR list. I just know about them because my TBR list to me is kind of like things to get into or check out or find, but it's like I already read the Poppy War, so I don't need to have the rest of the books in that series on that list. It's being monitored in a different space in my brain than what this list is meant to be, so whatever. But that's also a series that I started in 2020. The Hercule Poirot series. I'm going to be reading number 10, which is Murder on the Orient Express. And I actually don't know why that one was actually on my TBR, but I added it ages ago. I don't know what to tell you. I have that as an audiobook, and I have already been listening to that today. I'm on chapter 5, and I want to sit on a train. Anyway, and I have the Dragon Republic on my Kindle. The other thing that we're going to try to do, and you know, maybe I should have started with this because it's like the most doable, but I'm not. This is just going to be like an extra. You're allowed to double up a book, but only double. Does that make sense? So I could and might read After Age Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert, which is the third book in the Brown Sisters trilogy. So that one would be published in 2021 and finish a series, I think. I don't remember what the other prompt is, but that could be a bingo also. That's the layout. That's the lay of the land right now. It is Friday afternoon. I have been participating in some reading sprints in the Discord. And actually I was initially working, but then I kind of was like, I guess I'm done for the day, and I was doing some cleaned my room, and now I'm gonna go clean my kitchen after I finish this for the rest of this sprint, and we'll see. I'm actually really excited to be doing this little weekend readathon because I've been not like slumpy, but I have been trying to lean into like quality versus quantity reading. So I've been dragging my feet through some books, not necessarily in a bad way, but it does feel good to just like finish stuff, you know? So I think that this weekend of finishing stuff, will help me feel a little bit better and allow me to continue to enjoy a slower pace of reading some other books that I'm going to be talking about in another vlog. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I will be talking about it. Anyway, gotta go back to my whatever I was doing. What am I doing? Kitchen. I'm gonna clean the kitchen. Okay, goodbye. All right, it's like 7:30. Me and Connor went out for like an early dinner tonight with my cousin Lily. Hi, Lily. And that was fun, and it was really nice because it was nice and early dinner. So now I have some tea, and I'm just gonna read for like a long time. I'm so excited to just indulge in a book, and that book is gonna be The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. So I read the Poppy War. I still have it on my shelf. I'm looking at it, and now I'm reading the sequel. Yay. It's like 650 pages, so is that like the best idea for a 3-day readathon? No, absolutely not. But we're gonna just see what we can do. We're gonna see what we can do. I'm hoping I'm hoping. I did absolutely fly through the Poppy War, so hopefully this will be just as like fast paced, although I've heard that it suffers from middle book syndrome and that it's a little bit slower because it's like setting up the third book kind of. So we'll have to see. I at this moment don't remember a single thing about the Poppy War, but usually I think what happens to me and what I'm hoping will happen is that once I just like start reading the book, it all comes back to me. So yeah, just gonna enjoy my tea, read my book, and that's it. If anyone tries to get me to do anything else, I will not be doing it. All right, I will see you later. It occurs to me as I sit down to wrap up this vlog that I actually never said what this book is about. So rewind. The Dragon Republic is the second book in the Poppy War trilogy by R.F. Kuang. In the first book in this series, The Poppy War, we follow young girl Rin, who is desperate to get out of her small town, horrible life. And the only way that she sees that she can do that is by getting accepted to go to this elite military academy. So she works her butt off and she does get accepted. And when she gets there, things are not as easy as she thought, or it's not as clean of a solution maybe as anticipated. She faces loads of discrimination while she's there. So life doesn't necessarily get that much easier, and then war breaks out and she is of course at a military academy, so she plays a big role in that war. She gets involved with a special group and they do special things. That's all I can say without really spoiling it. And then the second book, The Dragon Republic, is sort of the aftermath of that war and like hopefully how a country can like pick itself back up. Okay. Monday morning, no, Saturday morning. Oh my God. I've been up, been hanging out. It's like 10:30, so had coffee. I had some steamed little buns for breakfast. Oh my gosh, Connor's looked so good with like chili oil on them, but not for me. I've been reading all morning. I kind of fell asleep right away last night. I mean, I like sat down to read and then I was like, wait, let me braid my hair. And then I was like, wait, and maybe I should watch the most recent episode of Bake Off. And then I braided Connor's hair and then it was like kind of late. And I ended up only reading like 20 pages of Poppy War. I mean, the Dragon Republic. So, oops. But making up for that today, I am now on page 75. Just hit chapter 6. There are 650 pages of this book, so we're getting somewhere. I do want to hit at least 300 pages today, but things are getting good. Okay, like it was kind of slow at the beginning. I did have to read like an article, a blog article about whomst everybody was. I kind of forgot about all of the characters and like what exactly was going on in the world, but I read like somebody had written a blog post that was like a summary of the first book that was extremely helpful. So I read that and then I was like, okay, yeah, I got this. And I kind of forgot like how dark this book is. Like I didn't forget really, but just like it is dark. Like the things that have been done are horrible, horrendous. Like it's genocide all around from every side. Everybody's doing it. And our characters are all like so young and also so like hard-hearted from like the things that they have had to do for war. Like it's so dark. But it's about to get worse. Somebody just made an appearance that I have been waiting for. I knew that they were going to appear in this book, and maybe that was like a little bit of a spoiler that I saw for myself, but anyway, they're here now. And I'm pleased. And I keep just like dropping my jaw. Like it's the same as when I was reading the first book in the series, where like every few pages you're just like, oh God, no, not that, please, no. And then that happens, and then it's like 3 pages later you're like, oh God, but it can't get worse. Yes, it can. So yeah, I'm having a lot of reactions. Connor is watching something in the room that has a lot of explosions in it, and I have nothing else to say for now. So back to my book.
2, 1, go.
Okay, I am sorry for being an absent vlogger. I was really busy today, but I just got off of some sprints that Kayla and Bailey are hosting, and that was great because I actually did so much sewing that I needed to get done. Garvin, relax.
Wait, look at, he's all sandy still. A little sand on his nose.
Anyway, sprints are done, and I'm about to make dinner, and while I make dinner, I'm probably gonna finish Murder on the Orient Express, which is good, but I'm kind of annoyed. I feel like with Agatha Christie murder mysteries, like, generally you can solve it. Like, she gives you everything I think that they're all are like technically solvable. It's not like some murder mysteries that you read nowadays where it's like there was something that you had no way of knowing that would have told you who it was. It's not like that. But I don't think that I will be able to solve this because I don't think I was paying enough attention to all the little clues because I was sewing, and I'm not showing you what I'm sewing because it's a secret. But yeah, I'm gonna finish that while I make dinner, and tomorrow I better read so much of the Dragon Republic because I really liked what I was reading today. I was like having a good time. It was dark, but it was like moving, things were picking up, action. But yeah, I had sewing to do. So I should have really picked like a shorter book to read and then like a long audiobook, but I have done what I've done and there's no going back now. So it's just like fingers crossed that I read so much tomorrow and maybe even later tonight. Maybe I'll make some coffee like right now. It's 5:30. Is that a bad idea? Yes. Will I? I'll let you know. Okay, car cam. Hi, we're in my car. It's Sunday morning. First of all, I'd like to issue an apology. I didn't realize that my hair looked like that yesterday. I did realize, but I guess I didn't really fully like appreciate how much my braids were not neat. Let's leave it at that. Today I am heading over to the park. I'm gonna meet up with Kayla and we're gonna read there. Hopefully I'll get more reading done in a setting where I'm only hanging out with one other person who's also reading. Because yeah, yesterday I really didn't read very much of the Dragon Republic. After dinner, I did have a coffee and I did read a little bit, but then Carter's sister came over and then like it was late. I did read a little bit more and then I was like, it's fine, I'll just stay up late reading, like that'll be fun. But then I fell asleep on the couch. So it's fine. I will not be finishing an actual bingo in this weekend round of Squash That series. Sorry. And that's, you know, I did this to myself, so it's all fine. So anyway, gotta go, need coffee, need to see Kayla. Can't wait. Okay, so I don't think I even cracked open my Kindle. I don't know if I even took it out of my purse. The whole time that me and Kayla were hanging out, we did not read. We just chit-chatted. We were hanging out, we were lounging, we were enjoying the sunshine, the fresh air, flowers, one another's company. So it was fantastic, but yeah, didn't read a word. And I'm not mad that we didn't. I didn't, you know, once we were hanging out and chatting, I was like, human connection is essential. And you know, that was great. But yeah, we're just two chatty Cathys. What can I say? I'm feeling quite rejuvenated, honestly, after like getting out of the house. Like socializing is usually draining for me overall, but I feel like maybe because it was like very low key and because of the sun and the birds and the grass, I'm feeling alive. Which is great because I was not feeling alive at all yesterday. So let's get some reading done, okay? Happy Monday. Yeah. I did not finish. Well, I didn't get a bingo, but I did finish Murder on the Orient Express last night. That's by Agatha Christie, and that was a sequel that's been on my TBR the longest, and that's from my ongoing project where I want to read all of the Hercule Poirot mysteries, and I did finish this. I think this is the 10th book in that series out of like 45 maybe. And I really liked it. I think it's one of my favorites. And I think my other favorite, I can't remember, I think maybe it was Murder on the Links. The other one that Hastings is not in. Hastings is the sidekick that Hercule has sometimes, who kind of just serves as like comedic relief, in that like Poirot just insults him over and over again, and whatever. Hastings is fine, but that's kind of one of the reasons that you really don't want to binge read those as a series. Like, I wouldn't recommend reading a ton of them in a row because Hastings is so annoying. And it's like a delight to read a book from that series that he's not in. But he wasn't in this one, and I have to say it was one of the better ones. I understand why it's such a favorite. Although it's not without its issues. In any Agatha Christie you read, you know that you are reading a book from a different time. There always are like racist, sexist, ableist, xenophobic, anything else. At least some of those issues are, I think, present to some degree in all of her books. You know, product of the times or whatever, but that's just something to know. This one in particular was very mean to Italians. But yeah, I'm thrilled to have finished that, and I have no idea what's next, but I actually read another Agatha Christie this month as well, so I'm probably going to take a month off from that. The other book in this vlog, The Dragon Republic. Listen, I made it to about 40%. I made it through about 40% of that book by last night when I gave up and went to bed. I mean, I knew that I was not going to finish it in time, but I do still want to read it. I mean, I am enjoying it. But then today I found the audiobook of it available through Hoopla. So I actually have switched to listening to it while I was like working and like doing some other stuff today. And so I'll continue to do that, and hopefully that will help me to finish it more quickly. I might switch back and forth from reading and listening. That's something I have never done before. But in this case, I think it will help me to just finish this book because I don't want this vlog to go on forever. And as far as having made it almost halfway through, I think by now I have made it past the halfway mark since I've been listening to it today. But I just like, I mean, it's horrible because it's about war, which is horrible. But something that I just really like about this book and the Poppy War as well is the way that it, and more so this book than the Poppy War, I think, but just the way that it considers regular people. Like, this is a continent at war that has been at war for decades, and there's always like a new horrible thing happening, and our main characters are all part of military, and they are all, for the most part, like high ranking. War is not being fought just with strategy. It's, you know, being fought with violence. People who are just living their lives are really suffering, and that suffering is not going unacknowledged within this book. And I think that it's easy to think about war and fighting and all of that just from like the hero's perspective, of course. So yeah, this is a really dark book, but I think that the author has done a fantastic job of not using violence and war as in any kind of a gimmicky way. All right, I'm gonna take this guy on a walk, and we'll see where we go from there. All right, I finished it. I finally finished the audiobook of The Dragon Republic on Wednesday while I was doing my Thanksgiving cooking. I made some cranberry sauce, which is so easy and so rewarding. And I also made samosas. And this was actually my first time making them. In the past, my mom has made them for Thanksgiving, but I used her recipe, and it was a little bit of a learning curve, but I definitely got the hang of it by the time I was done. And honestly, they turned out amazing. They were so good. They were so cute. I'm definitely gonna make them again because I actually made like double the filling that I needed for the dough that I made. Anyway, at the end of the day, I actually absolutely loved this book. I thought it was amazing. I am gonna give it 5 stars, and I don't even know like where to start. The last like 40 minutes of the audiobook, I was just sitting in the living room, like listening to it, like staring into space, like jaw dropping like every minute, because the ending was extremely intense. It was heartbreaking. Oh my god, it was so hard. It was so scary. But you know what? That is good in a book. Oh my god, like make me feel something, please. It's just such a complex story and so good. I don't know how you could write this book. Like, I'm so impressed. And I also at times did feel honestly dumb, because there are conflicts and like war stuff going on in this book that I know are based on reality and like history, but I don't know enough history to know the context, and I really wanted that. And I know that in the first book, which I have, the author has left a reading list in the back to provide exactly that context, so I will definitely be stopping by in my copy of the Poppy War to check that out, because yeah, like my grasp on history before World War II, especially war history, I feel like I did not retain any of that information. Like, I was not interested in that part of history, even though that's like most of history. Like, we're always fighting, right? But yeah, that's just like a gap in my personal knowledge bank. So I'm feeling inspired to get into that, remedy some things, learn some horrible truths, and understand the world better, okay? So I did not really squash it, as they say. Definitely failed this readathon pretty hard, but I did read 2 amazing books from series that I am eager to have to keep reading and to get back to. So, you know, that was good. It's just that I absolutely failed the readathon, which is fine. Watch this space. I'm gonna do better the next round, I swear. Honestly, I want to pick up the next book in this Poppy War trilogy right now, The Burning God, I think. But realistically, I don't think I'm going to be getting to that until next year. But like, it's high on the list because, oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Thank you so much, Bailey and Kayla, for hosting this readathon and hosting sprints this weekend. That was so fun. Thank you for watching, for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really appreciate it. And I will see you here next time. Goodbye.